Bamako from February 22 to 23, 2025, the ministers in charge of key sectors of the Sahel States Confederation, diplomacy, development and defense, had frank and constructive discussions. The discussions particularly focused on continuing the consultation framework and evaluating the progress made in implementing the roadmap of the Malian presidency of the AES Confederation. Several major advancements were noted during this meeting, particularly on issues of peace and security.
Regarding security issues, the ministers expressed their satisfaction. Successes achieved on the ground by the defense and security forces of Burkina, Mali and Niger in their fight against terrorists. On all these fronts, they expressed their positive appreciation for the coordination between the forces of the three countries, particularly within the framework of the unified force recently established. They thus took this opportunity to pay tribute to all the victims, both civilian and military, of the crisis in the Sahel. They also appreciated the consistency of high-level political consultations and diplomatic coordination between the three states in order to speak with one voice. The vision and interests of the AES Confederation, the heads of delegation shared a common view on the relevance of the measures taken to strengthen the foundations of the economies of the Confederation states and to achieve the development of the AES space for the well-being of the population of the Confederation of Sahel states.
The ministerial meeting in Bamako also aimed to harmonize positions for the upcoming discussions scheduled with Ecowas. Following the irreversible withdrawal of the AES Confederation states on January 28th, 2024,
the ministers reviewed the context and the upcoming agreement for discussion between the AES Confederation and Ecowas. After the irreversible and immediate withdrawal on June 28, 2024, of Burkina, Mali, and Niger. In this regard, they reaffirmed their Excellency's commitment to Captain Bram Traoré, President of Faso, Head of State, General of the Army, Assimi Kota, President of the Transition, Head of State of the Republic of Mali, and the President of the Conference. Confederation AES and Brigadier General Ramantiani, President of the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, Head of State of the Republic of Niger, have strengthened integration among the populations of the area. AES and the Ecowas area, bound by secular, natural relations of brotherhood, friendship, and complementarity, despite political misunderstandings. They emphasized their commitment to the values of brotherhood, solidarity, friendship, and cooperation, particularly with other West African states, a commitment materialized by measures taken to facilitate free movement of citizens from Ecowas member states within the AES area. Regarding the dialogue process with Ecowas, following the exchange of correspondence with the President of the Commission, the ministers reaffirmed and validated their common approach. In order to preserve under all circumstances the paramount interest of the AES populations, and other populations of the sub-region bound by fraternal ties that transcend political uncertainties. To this end, the ministers reiterated their commitment to initiate the upcoming exchanges with ECOWAS in the spirit of constructiveness, which has always characterized their desire for strengthened integration between the states, but also and especially between the peoples, in accordance with the Pan-African vision that drives the three heads of state.
Following the reading of the press release, the heads of the ministerial delegation from the three countries of the Confederation proceeded to sign the working documents on the discussion process with ECOWAS, while emphasizing their commitment to the values of fraternity and cooperation. The AES Confederation states reaffirmed their commitment to peace and sovereignty, which is the guarantee of any integration of peoples.
Greetings, families. Welcome back once again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can tell, this video is about CEDEAO, ECOWAS, and the rest. The final stroke has been done already, but now, how would they move forward to work together? I've talked about working together in my previous video. Yes, they have to work together, even though they have come out of the ECOWAS and the rest. They still have to work together as AES and the rest if they want But if they don't want it, it's up to them because they have moved on. They have taken their own decision. They have taken their lives into their own hands. It's up to them because this elephant that is in the room, or elephants, because it's not only one country that want to tear them down. There's a lot put together as one. President Macron, he cannot contain his anger, so he's showing it. But be careful, those who are not showing their faces, those who are not hearing their voices, they are the most dangerous of all. I'm sure some of you know them. They are not talking, but they are working silently to get what they want. So they have to work together at all costs, but in the terms that will benefit all the organizations. Let's put it that way. All the organizations, and I hope this time they will listen to them.
Of the AES Confederation. In Bamako, in preparation for upcoming discussions with Ecowas, the first of its kind brought together sectoral ministers responsible for the three pillars of the Confederation of Sahel States: defense, diplomacy, and development. This ministerial meeting was chaired by the Malian Prime Minister, Major General Abdoulaye Maïga. The meeting on Saturday, February 27th, marks an important step in the process of operationalizing the Confederation. AES, since its creation, on July 6, 2024, in a context marked by future discussions with Ecowas, it aims to deepen reflections on the implications of the withdrawal of states from the AES Confederation and propose adequate solutions.
For us, it is about continuing and deepening the reflection on the management of all matters of interest to the Confederation in any case. We must work primarily to consolidate our independence and consider alternatives that preserve the primary interests of our populations and our states. It is for this reason that I commend the strategic initiative taken by each of our states, which have each developed at their level the document on the implications of our state's withdrawal from Ecowas. This important work has made it possible to propose solutions or alternatives aimed at preserving the achievements. At this current stage, it is about working to pool our analyses so that within the framework of discussions in the AES-ECOWAS Confederation format, we have common and harmonized approaches. The deep divergences that led to the split between the AES Confederation states and ECOWAS should inspire all states and all community organizations on our continent to always prioritize respect for the principles of sovereignty, solidarity, non-aggression between states, and the safeguarding and defense of the interests of the populations.
The ministerial meeting in Bamako follows a meeting of the Confederation's foreign ministers, which allowed for a common approach to be developed for the discussions.
As can be observed, this meeting is part of the continuation of the momentum from the one held in Ouagadougou. It aims to review and adopt the necessary documents for better conducting negotiations with ECOWAS. These documents are as follows: a draft internal architecture for the negotiation framework with ECOWAS, a joint assessment of the multi-sectoral impacts of ECOWAS's withdrawal, accompanied by solutions, a draft memorandum of understanding between AES and ECOWAS defining the areas of negotiation, a draft timeline for negotiations with ECOWAS, a negotiation mandate for the Ministerial Steering Committee. In this new era of liberation and the quest for sovereignty, the peoples of the Sahel must rid themselves of all the ingrained concepts. To subjugate us, our sovereignty will be incomplete if we do not address the remnants of colonialism. In this regard, the National Conference on Refoundation, held in Niamey from February 15 to 19, 2025, follows this approach. Thus, more than 700 representatives from all socio-professional sectors of the country, including the diaspora, in an inclusive and participatory approach, assessed the country's progress in all areas and laid the groundwork for a new debate.
Regarding the US-ECOWAS issue, the meeting will be used by the three countries to continue consultations within the framework of the Malian presidency's roadmap of the AES Confederation.
I'm not revealing a secret by expressing to you the appreciation of His Excellency, General Assimi Goïta, President of the Transition, Head of State of Mali, President of the Confederation of Sahel States, for your constant commitment to making our confederation a space of peace, security, development, but also and above all, a space of strengthened integration of populations. This integration dear to their excellencies, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Faso, Head of State General of the Army, Asmi Goïta, President of the Transition, Head of State of the Republic of Mali, Brigadier General Abdel Rahman Chani, President of the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, Head of State of the Republic of Niger. This constructive spirit, open to others and committed to a real integration of peoples, was exemplified in the most beautiful way through the declaration dated December 14, 2024, through which the College of Heads of State, upon the recommendation of the Ministerial Meeting on Free Movement held in Niamey on December 13, 2024, decided to make the AES Confederation a visa-free area for citizens of Ecowas member states. Midway through the Malian presidency of the Confederation of Sahel States, I cannot help but commend the considerable progress made in such a short time. These successes, whether military, political, diplomatic, or related to the development of our states and the well-being of our populations, are to the credit of all the collective actors involved. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, ministers, to warmly and sincerely congratulate you for your personal involvement and leadership skills, which have strengthened the fraternal harmony between our respective teams. Or should I say, within our common team of the AES Confederation. As you know, sub-regional developments are marked by the upcoming agreement of our discussions with Ecowas. In this context, I know that the relevant deliberations and conclusions you will reach will enable our heads of state to make appropriate decisions and measures, taking into account the principles and values that underpin our confederation.
The opening ceremony of this ministerial meeting was marked by the presentation of the AES flag. Faithful to the principle of good neighborliness, solidarity, and living together of the Confederation. This high-level meeting, which will continue until February 23rd, will lay undoubtedly the foundations for discussions that will define the framework of future relations between the AES Confederation.
Anyway, family, it's just a quick update, something that we and I want to share with you. They are still debating on a lot of things, how to present themselves, as you heard already. I'll be back, families. Credit to RTN, Sahel Info, RTB News for sharing this with us. Thank you, families, for your time. God bless you all. My VIPs, my returning families, my kings and queens, thank you. Those who are passing by, thank you for your time, for clicking on this video. It means a lot to me. My name is Mamre, by the way I react on anything concerning Africa. I will be back with another news. I remember, I keep forgetting this video because one of our family members commented that Burkina Faso, Niger should be using drug for security. That person commented twice or three times. I came across a video and I keep forgetting. Now that I've said it, yes, I'll bring it here. So please, I'll be back with that. See you soon, families.